Okay, so this is Joseline's Cabaret, Texas. Alright, so the episode starts off with a really corny song. Um, I don't know what she called herself doing. This girl is still trying to make music. Now, I mean, some of her songs are cute. Do it like it's your B-day. Hey, hey, do it like it's my B-day. That was cute. Some of them, is that the same one to be like, welcome to Vegas, baby? That was cute. Some of her songs, I like the song that she did with Stevie J. Now, that was cute. Where she said, it's some of my cootie cat. Hey, hey, some of my cootie cat. That was cute. Some of her songs are cute, but some of these songs are pure garbage, okay? Her music is getting a little better. But Joseline, you keep calling people old and stuff, but babe, you're not far from the 40 line. So you're sneaking up on that middle age. All right? You're not old, but you're not far from the middle age line. So if your music doesn't take off by 40, some people are a little better in their producer bag. They say you don't have to be good at making the music to produce it. Some people say that. Like some of the rappers, that's why a lot of the rappers ghostwrite. Maybe you should try that. Sometimes we got to think outside of the box. If one thing is not working, try to get in your ghostwriter bag. Just think about it, because some of these songs are not, and you never know, some of them might be good, just not coming from you. True tea, no shade, just saying. Okay, so Jocelyn mentions how, y'all, my stomach hurt. I ate some Pizza Hut, and I don't know what it is about Pizza Hut sometimes. It do something to me. So if y'all heard me poop, oh well, okay? Get over it. We all grown. But anyway, yeah, cause my stomach, I don't understand what it is about Pizza Hut sometimes. It's like I like Pizza Hut. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of like pork chops. Every time I eat a piece of pork chop, I get a headache. I don't know what it is about pork. If I eat a pork chop, a pork neck bone, sometimes even a hot dog. I don't know what it is. My stomach hurts so bad, it's not even funny. But anyway, I'm at my night job and I gotta stay woke. So nonetheless, y'all know for the most part when I did reviews up here, I was usually at my night job. But nonetheless, so yeah, if you heard me poop, like I feel one coming down right now. Did you hear it? Yeah, sorry, excuse me. Anyway, it's more to come. So so Jocelyn mentions how she wants some of the girls to look better this season. I'm just like, then she said 50,000 is a lot of money. It's enough to change people's lives. I mean, yeah, but is it worth the humiliation? That's my thing. Who wants to get on, America's television? I mean, well, not really, because it's Zeus, but a lot of people watch this stuff, and it's not all about what people think. It's just it's standards and morals, and I'm not putting nobody down, but I mean, the way she talks to some of these girls sometimes, I don't feel like it's worth the money. I don't feel like it's worth the money, and maybe that's just my opinion, but I just don't feel like it's worth it. That's just how I feel. Okay, so Jocelyn mentions how she's bringing Raven back. Raven is the one that she calls herself, saying that she slammed. To me, it would look like a hard push. I mean, then she mentions how she's like, why would you let me do that to you? And it just goes to show she knows she mistreats people. And it's like, what you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, Joseline is one of those bosses on a job that talk to her people any kind of way. We've all worked for people like that. Treat people any kind of way, put her hand in your face, and the minute that you speak up for yourself or take her to corporate or write a complaint, she's going to try to get rid of you. She's going to go around to department to department and tell them that you're difficult. If you try to move departments, we've all worked for somebody like that. Like, oh yeah, she's going to try to come over there. Don't let her come over there because, she's going to start stuff in your department. She's difficult, And I had a boss like that. I told y'all, I've given y'all multiple examples of a boss like Joseline. People like her are difficult to work for. I told y'all, I had a boss once tell me when she put her hands in my face, she told me, when I told her, I said, I'm going to take you to corporate. You know what she told me? She said, well, just because you take me to corporate and you complain doesn't mean it's going to go anywhere. Joseline is one of those type of bosses that if you don't allow her, and on top of that, sidebar, that same boss, she told me, if you do it, you'll be looking for another job. Joseline is that type of boss. If you don't come there and take her talking to you any kind of way, treating you any kind of way, oh, you're not here for the cabaret. You're not here for the right reasons. She's going to curse at you. She's going to put her hands in your face. She's going to try to convince you that you're not treating her right by not allowing her to talk to you any kind of way. That's why I say it's not worth the money. It's not worth the money. Yeah, and this brings me to my next point. Okay, so Joseline then brings up Erica Mena coming back. Like I always tell y'all, mean girls link up. They make the best of friends. They are good Judies. You're gonna always see a couple of mean girls together. They're gonna get along because usually what I've noticed going to school, throughout the years and on jobs, a lot of mean girls are scared to cross each other. They're scared to cross each other. Usually they have nothing in common, but they're scared to get into it with one another. So it's kind of like that old saying goes, it's easier to be my friend than, my enemy. But one thing I think these two have in common, both of them are bisexual. You see what I'm saying? I could see them hooking up. I could see that for both of them. Some people were saying Erica Mena was only gay for, when she was on Love and Hip Hop New York. She's not really gay. I can't say. I don't know if she was or she wasn't, but I believe Joseline is bisexual for real. And, I could see Erica Mena letting Joseline go down on her. I could see it. But I'm not going to say that makes her bisexual because she let her do it, because I don't consider myself bisexual, but I have allowed females to, go down on me. I didn't do them, but I have allowed them to go down on me. So when I heard women say, they let a woman do it, I don't think that's bisexual. I think it's bisexual if a man let another man do it. But nonetheless, back on subject. Yeah, but either way, I could still see Erica Mena and Joseline linking up regardless, because both, mean girls love each other. It's, it's just like that. It was like that even, growing up in high school, even in college, mean girls love each other. I've noticed that on jobs. They link up. I'm not surprised. Okay, so then we get the news that Wet Wet is coming back on our TV screen. Okay, I think for the most part, a lot of us have probably watched the Wet Wet Breakfast Club interview. I think I read in the comments where somebody had said she won the money one of those seasons. I don't know. I told y'all I stopped watching, Joseline a couple of the last season. I think I had made it like halfway through because I had stopped working my night job for a while. I thought that I was at a place where I, didn't have to work 2 jobs anymore. But, life happened and I started to see that, I need to get back on. I need to get another night job. But anyway, nonetheless. So here I am. So I stopped reviewing it, right? Um, Wet Wet mentions how she was a fan favorite. I disagree. I disagree because I feel like the only reason why a lot of people like Wet Wet was because we felt bad for her. I was reading in the comments where a lot of people were saying, you know, after they watched and listened to the Breakfast Club interview, they sympathized with her a little more. And I agree. I definitely agree because she said a lot of things that pull on my heartstrings. You know, I don't think it has anything to do with, you know, because to me she doesn't really have a lot of personality for somebody to really, you know what I'm saying, get attached to her like that for real. Outside of my name is Wet Wet and I stay wet, you know, outside of that, and you know, fussing with somebody, what other personality does she have? A lot of the times when it's a small person, like with the situation with Amber is not fat, but still Amber was a little bigger than her. You know, a lot of the times when it's a taller person, or even if it's a skinny person versus somebody really teeny small, like really really small, a lot of the time people don't like to see them fight because they feel like this person is small, y'all in two different weight classes, you know. And how they treated Wet Wet on the first season, was it the first season or the second season? I can't remember, but it just, a lot of people didn't like it. So they were bullying that girl, you know. And so it's, a lot of people didn't like it. So it was kind of like, okay, Wet Wet, we rooting for you. We want to see you win, you know. I just don't want you to think that, I just don't want you to let that go to your head, girl, you know, because oftentimes it's easy to get on these shows and, you know, see people, oh, go Wet Wet, go girl, you know, and then you thinking that they like you because of your aesthetic or because of the way you look, but the whole time it's sympathy. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's sympathy, you know. So me personally, I don't want nobody to like me just because they, you know, feel bad for me, or because they sympathize with me about a situation that I've been through or something like that. I want somebody to like me for me. You know, don't feel bad for me because somebody else was bullying me and now you feel like, you know, as a good person, or you feel like as a viewer you rooting for me just because of something I've been through. No, like me for me. Like me because you rock with me as a person, you know. But outside of that, you back. I mean, hey, you wanted to be back, you back, you know. So when Joseline had mentioned that Wet Wet was coming back, she was already throwing shade, beating up on that girl's self-esteem, talking about her teeth, and you know, it just, this is why I say the money is, all good money is not good, is not good money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all good money is not good money. This is the way I look at it. Okay, we all at some point, let's just say what it is. We all want money, right? Okay, my way of making extra money may not be your way. Your way of making extra money may be to join a show. My way may be to get another job if, you know, I feel like I need some extra money coming in. The next person way of getting money may be, I don't know, scamming or credit card fraud on the side, or I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing things out there. I feel like this. If you wanted to be in that light so bad, find another way. Because see, like I told y'all before, me and Joseline wouldn't get along. Because I would be one of those people that she would say, I'm not here for the cabaret. You know, we would stay getting into it because Joseline loves people that allow her to talk to them any kind of way. She loves people like that. And that's why I'm kind of having it hard to believe that her and Erica Mena, I could see them linking up, but Erica Mena just doesn't give me the vibe that she's going to sit back and just let Joseline just say whatever to her. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know if Erica Mena is just using her for a check and they make fool la la every now and then, and it's cool for what it is. But Erica Mena and Joseline, I'm going to tell you something. I have a cousin that is kind of like me. We both have that personality where we not really a push around, because I'm a Leo and she's a Virgo, right? So we cannot be around each other too long, because eventually we'll start getting into it. You see what I'm saying? So Joseline and Erica give me the vibe that they can be around each other for a little bit, but when they're around each other too long, they'll clash. You get what I'm saying? We all have met people like that in our lives, where too much of them is too much, if that makes sense, right? So like, for example, my aunt and her sister, because it's 10 of them. So one, we got a nickname for her called Water Bag, right? She can dish it, but she can't take it. Then I got another aunt that they say she got a wolf spirit, right? She see the flaws in everybody else but herself, right? So you see how they like kind of like the same person in the same token. So when they get around each other, Water Bag always tells the wolf spirit, she says, well, I got to take you in doses, because I can't have too much of you. I got to take you in doses, So this is how I'm thinking Erica and Joseline, they can't be around each other too long, because it's too much personality. Eventually it'll explode into battle of the egos. You get what I'm saying? But anyway. Okay, I can't remember what this girl name is, but this the girl that almost got dealt with by Amber. She called herself using the N-word, and she one of those people that feel like just because she grew up around black people, that automatically gives her a pass to say the N-word. And Amber was the only one basically in the house that had the guts to speak up and tell her, no, do not say that in my presence. Your oppressor isn't my oppressor, so you cannot say that around me. She felt that she was justified in saying it, and it potentially became an issue. I forgot her name, but she's back. And that was Raven's old homegirl. They were thick as thieves. So I don't know if they're still friends, but I know a lot has happened. And I can't remember, one was mad at the other because she felt like the other one didn't save her when she was getting her tail whooped. So I can't remember, but I'm sure they'll give us a flashback down memory lane. Okay, so Wet Wet made a remark that she's the house mom. And, the girls were asking, what does that mean? Y'all been working in the club all these years. Y'all know what a house mom is. Don't give me that. Because from my understanding, every club has one. Okay, I never been inside one, but from my understanding, my cousin, which she didn't think that I knew about it, she told me that she's the girl that goes around and checks everybody to make sure everybody was fine. And then I told my guy friend about it. He was like, oh yeah, she's the house mom. Usually, from what I was told, usually the person that's the house mom, they usually try out to be a dancer, and they didn't make it, so that's why they chose to be the house mom. Okay, because my cousin had a little gut. She didn't have a lot of gut, but she had just had a baby. She had a pug. They don't want people up there with a pug. They are very picky. They want, you're supposed to be selling a fantasy, but nonetheless, so the girls got pissed off, about it. You could tell they were still a little salty, and she was giving the energy right back at them. Then Wet Wet made a remark that, y'all already supposed to have y'all stuff together. She said, but I would try to help you. That was cute the way she threw that in there. But, it was cute for what it was, girl. But I just want you to keep in mind, when people start giving it back to you, just don't play victim, because we all know how Wet Wet can be. She can give it, but then when people start giving it back to her, she's one of those little people that'll try to say, oh, y'all bullying me. She's just one of those people. So just keep that in mind. Just because you're giving it to them, just keep in mind, we don't want to hear when you get in the house people bullying you, because I just need you to keep that same energy. That's all. Okay, same old Raven, instigating, playing dumb. Then, when somebody pop her ass, she gonna be looking stupid. Okay, same old Raven. Nothing much has changed. Okay, I knew it. Tried to give her benefit of the doubt. So far, Diamond is showing us a different side of her. Maybe her child really did change her. Maybe, because so far, you could tell she was really trying to keep the peace. Unless it's a facade. Okay, unless she's sending us her representative at this moment, because you know sometimes people are sending their representative, they don't send a real them. Okay, so far Diamond has changed so far, but we'll see. Okay, as the scene kept going along, Wet Wet was still, popping off at the mouth. Just unnecessary talking. Just keep talking, and then when somebody put their hands on her, she, like I said, she one of them little people that's trying to say, oh, you just trying to bully me. The girls knew that I was small. They knew that I was teeny, itty bitty, trying to pick on little old me. She's one of them kind. So when they pop your ass, we don't want to hear they bullying you because you popping it. Okay? You did not have all that energy for Amber. Where was all that energy for Amber? Okay? We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it, Ting Ting. We don't want to hear it. Okay, I think I remember this girl. I don't know. But she tagged Wet Wet when she said, she said you got a house before you got your booze done before you got a house. She tagged her with that. And did you see how Wet Wet was starting to rise up? Like they kind of got under her skin. And then when she said Section 8, she said, I got my Section 8 before I got my booze done. Girl, I almost hollered. I was in the middle of the floor. I almost hollered. You hear what I said? Because I had to keep it together. I was sitting. The guy walked back. He said, what are you laughing at? What are you looking at? Because that was so funny. I couldn't believe she said that. Nobody would have heard me say that. Nobody. If you got Section 8, that's nobody's business. I'm not sure how the Section 8 stuff go. From what I was told, you can get a Section 8 mansion. Section 8 don't always... Okay, when I was in high school, I never forget, me and the girl got into it, right? Me not knowing about stuff like that because my parents had a mortgage. They didn't have Section 8. So I was a little ignorant to the fact. I did not know. I was like, oh, girl, we and her got into it, right? And she said something about me being chubby. You know how when people don't have nothing else to say, they try to, throw fat jokes out. And we was going word for word, and she said something, and she was like, I'm gonna pause somewhere. I don't like parking beside this bitch. I don't. So she said something like, she said, we had words, and I can't remember what she said. And I said, with your Section 8, because see, I didn't know what it was, And she said, for your information, just because somebody parents on Section 8, you can have a mansion in Section 8. You can have an apartment in Section 8. You can have a regular house on Section 8. Just because somebody has a Section 8 voucher, that doesn't mean they're out the hood. You can be on the good side of town and still be on public assistance. And I did not know that. I went home and I asked my parents about it. I'm like, me and the girl got into it, because she knew me and the girl. Me and this girl been getting into it for years. I knew her since I was in kindergarten, right? But see, I didn't know that. See, I didn't know about stuff like that. But see, I have cousins and stuff on Section 8. Like, for example, that same cousin I just told you about with the house mom. So, I didn't know about stuff like that. So, that was my ignorance. I was in maybe, the 10th, 11th grade then maybe. I didn't know about stuff like that. But yeah, so she was like, for your information, some of these celebrities are on Section 8. We don't know about it. The housing redevelopment, wherever they stay, they know about it. But just because we don't know about it, don't mean it's not happening. I didn't know that. So just because she on Section 8 don't mean she out the hood. I saw in the comments where people was like, she got to be out the hood. Not necessarily. But I don't fault you for that, because if you never lived, if you never had if you never had to get that type of subsidy or that type of assistance, you would not know. But it's one of them things where you don't say it out loud. You have to educate yourself on it, because it could come across ignorant, if you don't know. So, for the people that was saying, oh, she got to be out the hood, not necessarily. But other than that, what else happened? Diamond made a remark that Raven was sitting back enjoying all the drama when they kept getting into it on the bus. You can tell. You could tell by her facial expression. She was sitting back eating it up. You could tell Raven has not changed. She is enjoying all of this stuff. It is enjoyable to her. She's getting her rocks off to it. Same old Raven. I hope somebody pimp slaps her ass. What else? Joseline tells Erica Mena that this is one of the biggest nights of her life. To be honest, to me, y'all, that's an insult. Because for you to, I mean, I know she didn't mean it in that context, but no, you're not about to tell me being on Zeus Network is one of the biggest nights of my life. A network where people fight, curse, get drunk, screw up, and you telling me this is one of the biggest nights of my life. I don't think of that. I think of the biggest nights of somebody's life may be a marriage, that they, when they got married, or when they had a child, or a graduation ceremony, something like that. The first time that, when they first met their soulmate, the first time they made love, to me, that's, one of the most memorable nights of your life, not some Zeus stuff. That's an insult to me. Like, the fact that you even think that it only gets as good as this in my life. You think this is just about as good as it gets for me. That's an insult to me. That's an insult. Okay, so Joss got some deep BBWs up here. I hope she don't have them up here to put them down. Because sometimes Joss give me the vibe that she one of them girls that would invite the big girl just so she can make fun of her. I mean, what are we in high school? What are we, 17, 16, what are what's T? She gives me that vibe that she's, that type of person. Y'all, when I tell y'all, sometimes it's just, I know this about to sound kind of, but I don't care. This is why sometimes I don't really like to communicate with black people. I don't like to talk to nobody that has a smart mouth, period. Black, white, yellow, orange, because it just bring out the worst in me. So there was a guy on my night job, right, just then. He gets pissed off because he got to walk through the scanner again. You know what I'm saying? Like, what they got to do with me? So he come over there, man, y'all need to fix that shit. This, that, and the third. I said, oh, hold up. What's with all the profanity? You know what I'm saying? What's with all that? I'm just saying, man, y'all need to fix all that shit. I said, okay, but you ain't got to come over here talking to me like that. You ain't got to do it. I didn't do it. I can't help the thing went off, and I don't have no control over that. Coming over here, taking that out on me. He went on about his business. You know what I'm saying? Black guy. I'm just saying, I'm noticing a pattern. You know what I'm saying? With the people that got a smart ass mouth. You come over here talking to me crazy. What the fuck I got to do with the scanner? What I got to do with that? You know what I'm saying? And I'm noticing that, then when the police take their anger out on y'all, then y'all screaming, poor black man. What do I got to do with that? Why you just bypassed two other guys that you could have talked to like that? Why you talking to me? You had a whole 6'3" guy there that weighs 280 pounds. Why you ain't talk to him like that? Why you come over here and talk to the 5'3" lady? You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Don't do that. Two other guys over there you could have talked that shit to. Come over here talking to me like that, pointing and stuff. That's why I don't, sometimes I just don't like to engage. I said, and it went off again. I said to myself, let him go. Get him the fuck away from me before this be a big thing. Because it's terrible the way y'all talk to people. Motherfucker. Okay, y'all. So this season should be kind of interesting because they have females from all walks of life. You have some rough ones. You have some badasses. You have some ones that don't like to fight. They'll let you know they don't like to fight. And them be the ones that'll tear some shit up, okay? Here to tell you. Then you have the ones that's shady. You have the ones that's pretty laid back. Some of them said they don't like to deal in mess. But if you bring it to them, it is what it is. So it's different. I get the vibe that some of them not going to take some stuff off Joseline. It's probably the ones that, say they don't like to fight, but they will if they have to. The trailer, it looked like it was quite a few squabbles. So this should be interesting. I might give it another try next episode to see what it's giving. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, sidebar. I just hope Joseline is not inviting all these big girls up here just to be funny. Because I don't think she's ever really had big girls up here like that. So, has she? I mean, I might not remember. You know what I'm saying? But I hope it's not one of those things where, remember when Huckleberry D was on Big Let's Baddie Collection? And remember that time, I think they had like a lingerie party. Don't quote me on it. It was some type of party where all the girls had to wear something, kind of seductive, And Huckleberry D, I can't remember, was she dancing or twerking? I can't remember what she was doing. And Big Les was like, oh my God, please don't do that. I don't need that visual. And she kind of put her head down like she was so distraught by Huckleberry D. First of all, let me tell you something. I didn't like that. I never forgot that. And if Huckleberry D would have hauled off and punched her ass in the face, then she would have said, you too big to be hitting somebody. You too big. She one of them females that soon somebody slapped the shit out of her, she gonna say, oh, well, you not in my weight class. You know, this, that, and the third. Because you was trying to be passive aggressive. Why the fuck did you invite her on this show if she disgusts you so bad? Because anything that annoys me or irritates me, I try not to engage with it. So why the fuck did you invite her on the show if you're going to try to make fun of her? You know she the big girl. You know she got a lot of confidence. So you know when she see the little bitches twerking, she going to want to twerk too. She see other girls in her lingerie, she going to want to wear her lingerie too. You got two types of big girls in this world. You got the big girl that's going to come to the pool with the t-shirt and the shorts on. Then you got the big girl that's going to try to put on her little one piece and her two piece. Everybody ain't going to be, around and just, hiding what they working with because everybody else doing it because they have low, self-esteem or low confidence or whatever. Or some girls just don't do it. Like, what's her name? Tokyo Vanity. One thing I noticed about Tokyo Vanity, when she was real big, she never really showed her body. She always covered up. She kept herself up. She never really showed her body. Some big girls are like, they don't do it. They just, they don't do it. Even when she got smaller, based on what I've seen, she never shows her body. That's one thing I can say about her, But then some big girls are like Huckleberry D. They're going to show you the rolls. They're going to show you the big legs with the rolls and the cellulite. Like, some big girls don't care, So I just hope that Joseline is not going to be like Big Lex. Remember that scene where Big Lex was making fun of Huckleberry D arms when she was fighting? Mocking her arms, it just gives that you hired her to be on the show just for comedy relief. I don't know if I'm the only one that noticed that, but I didn't see that a lot in the comments. I don't think I even seen it at all. And I was thinking, am I the only one that clocked that shit? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't have people on these shows just so you can make fun of them. Because if somebody mess with them, they gonna want to get busy too. Stop putting little bitches on this show that's gonna cry bully when somebody clocked their ass because they said something slick out the fucking mouth. Don't do that. I went to school with girls like that. I won't bid like Huckleberry or, I won't bid like Tokyo Vanity back in the day. I won't bid like that. But I was a little chubby. You know what I'm saying? So I've been in school with girls, them little teeny bitches that say little shit under their breath. And then when you smack their ass, oh, you just smacking me because I'm little. That shit is annoying. And it makes it hard for people to occupy spaces with people like that because you can pick, and then when somebody punch you, then you gonna play dumb. Don't do that. Okay, so I noticed that some of the girls were fanning out over Erica Mena. I don't understand why. I just don't see nothing that other people see. I'm sorry. Somebody that been on Love and Hip Hop and dated Little Bow Wow, dated Safari. I mean, first of all, Safari to me, he is like a +1 to the industry. We only know him because of Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? A Little Bow Wow. I mean, he was popping back when I was in elementary school. So... and what else do we know her from? other than Love and Hip Hop. I mean, then y'all remember back in the day when she got on Love and Hip Hop, she tried to act like she was so above it, and then she came back not long after that. I mean, I just don't understand that some of the girls are like, oh my goodness, Erica, man. It just goes to show what, our society is these days. This is who y'all look up to? A reality star? And to me, she's not even a real, she's like a class E. She's not even D. She's like a class E celebrity. I mean, you like I'm sorry, she's like one step above the Instagram models. I mean, and even then, I don't know. The people y'all look up to, I might not look up to. The people I look up to, y'all might not look up to. I told y'all, I learned my lesson fanning out over celebrities. There was a judge that used to be on TV. I'm not going to say her name. That when I tell y'all, my mama could tell y'all, when I found out how that lady was, I met her, like, actually had a conversation with her. I'm not talking about through her agent or through her assistant. I actually had a conversation with her. She wasn't nasty, but she was really snobby. And I told my mom about it. It hurt my feelings so bad because I grew up watching this lady on TV. I always looked up to her. She was like my auntie in my head. My mama would tell you, she would say, you were crazy about that lady. I wouldn't say I was crazy about her, but she was like my auntie in my head. And I told y'all, when I first had an interaction with her, I said, oh my goodness, is that you? Oh my goodness. And I said, hey. She said, hello. There you go. I said, like, basically, like, she's saying, hello, I acknowledge you, bitch. Next. I told her how I felt about that. She would cut me short in conversation. I'm like, I literally been watching you on TV since I was in the 4th grade. I'm in my 20s now. I finally get to, not meet you face to face, but actually have a conversation. She had her own podcast, and I don't want to give out too much information because it's not hard to guess who she is, but it just taught me that you don't fan out over these people because some of them we look up to, and it's just, they not who we think they are. So y'all fanning out, the people that y'all fan out over, I wouldn't fan out over. The people that I fan out over, y'all may not fan out over. I grew up listening to Anita Baker, Luther Vandross, But how many people have we heard say that Anita Baker is a diva? But I don't go off of what people say, but it just goes to show the people that we grow up listening to and watching on TV, when we interact with them or had the chance to get to, talk to them or have a conversation with them, they surprise us. It just goes to show why you don't fan out over these people. Okay, so one of the girls says that this girl said Wet Wet hasn't brushed her teeth in 3 seasons. That was funny. She ate with that. She definitely did. Wet Wet, if I was you, for real, true tea, no shade, I told you last season, for the little episodes that I did do, I told you, I said, you need to get your teeth fixed. You do. I don't think you should go get no veneers. I think them veneers are too big in people's mouth. I do. I think you need to invest in some teeth whitening scripts. I feel like people are too lazy these days. They don't want to take time into themselves. Even if your teeth a little yellow, you can still buy stuff to get it back white. I feel like people just be lazy and just go get them big ass veneers and they can't even close their mouth. Go get some teeth whitening scripts. Go get them. Go get some the step 1, step 2 crest. I turned my cousin on to that. Then she started saying that, she started complaining, saying, well, no, it's it makes my gums burn. I said, you're not supposed to put it on your gums. You're supposed to put it on your teeth. She said, well, sometimes it gets on my teeth. I said, well, try not to put it. You know, y'all, you bitches will make any excuse to just be lazy and just go get them big ass veneers. You know, you can still do the step 1, step 2. I'm not saying use it every day because you're not supposed to. But you use the step 1, step 2 maybe twice a week. And other days you may brush your teeth. Other days you may use a teeth whitening strips. It's a process. You know, it's no such thing as I'm gonna brush my teeth, they're not white no more, so I'm gonna just go get some veneers. No, it takes time. It takes time. You know, you can't just, especially for me, I like to wear lipstick. If I don't wear nothing else, I'm gonna wear lipstick. You know, sometimes I wear it, sometimes I don't. But when you have on that lipstick like that, you know, you want to make sure your teeth on point. I'm not saying you gotta have a Colgate smile, but you don't want them to look, you know, crazy either. You know, it shows that your priorities is fucked up. I told you this last season. You went and got those boobs, but you didn't concentrate on your mouth, babe. You know, if I was you, them bitches, when I came back, it wouldn't have been nothing them bitches could say. Because again, she has a point. You've been up here 3 seasons and you're one of the loudest people in the house, and you still don't have your look together. And like I told y'all, I feel like part of the reason why Joseline invited her back is because she wants her to be the brunt of the joke. You know, everybody has, for these shows to work, they have to have somebody that's, how Alexander Rogers say, the whooping girl. You know, when Donna first came to Black Ink Crew, when Tati first came to Black Ink Crew, for those that watch, you know, they had a rough start. For these type of shows that, you know, make it reality shows, they need a whooping girl. It has to be somebody, even basketball wise. Brandy Maxfield, I think that was her name. What's the other one named? Tammy Roman? Was it Tammy Roman? Am I not Waka Flocka girlfriend? I think that was her name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Is Tammy Roman Walker's girlfriend? Wife, whoever she is. I know her name Tammy. But y'all know who I'm talking about. The one from Basketball Wives, the one that's with Kenny, whatever his name is. She had a rough entrance to the show. For these shows to work, they have to have a whooping girl. You know, so I believe that. And then the thing is, with her making her the house mom, she think that's a compliment. No, she did that just so them girls can zoom in on you and go harder on you. Because it's kind of like, how can you judge us? How can you tell us how to do our look? But look at you, bitch. You got to clock T. She's using you as the whooping girl. Because you think these girls up in here that got their look together, you think they going to take kind to a bitch that her teeth yellow, her skin not together, her priorities fucked up. You think they going to take kind of you trying to tell them what to do? Joseline knew what she was doing. Joseline is very calculated. If I'm not mistaken, she's a Scorpio. Scorpios are very calculated. Very calculated. And they when they move, they usually have thought, they have really like calculated a lot of things, and they have a plan into place. They have a mission. So she knew what she was doing when she did that, bitch. Don't take that as a compliment, ho. She knew what she was doing. So I turned the video off at the part where this bitch Raven said she's looking for an ally. So what happened between you and old girl? What's her name? Destiny? I think that was her name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The bitch that was using the N-word that said she had a daughter. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Her name started with a D. I forgot the bitch name. The light-skinned girl. So what happened with you and her? Y'all not friends no more? Did you run her away as well? Why can't you just be your own friend? Why do you feel like you always gotta have somebody? You don't even know these girls talking about you want an ally. Ain't no guarantee these bitches. No, you want somebody that's gonna jump in your fights. That's all. You want somebody. You want to be able to say what you want to say to people, and you want somebody that's gonna be right there to jump in your fights. That's what you want. You want a bodyguard. You want a stick girl that don't play about you. Just say it. Because you don't even know these bitches. You don't even know these bitches. You don't know if they're going to be the type that's going to foul off because you foul off. You just want to be able to run your mouth, and you want it to be so somebody going to follow up if you swing. Just say it. You don't even know these girls. I don't like the bitch Raven. I told y'all this last season. She just one of them girls that, you know, talk her shit, run her mouth, and she feel like she shouldn't get touched. She just one of them girls. You know, I don't fuck with Raven, and somebody need to whoop her ass this season. I hope she instigate the wrong fight, and them bitches figure it out that she instigated, and I hope one of them punch her ass right in the face. I don't condone people getting jumped, but I do want this bitch to get stomped. I do, by one person. I don't wish people to get jumped, because, you know, I just don't. But I do want this bitch to get touched this season, because she always instigating shit, and she don't never want to fight, and then soon somebody touch her ass, and plus she's a kiss ass. Who was that? Was that Joseline that was twerking, and she was bending over, you know, like she wanted to rub the girl booty? I said to myself, look at her, about to put her face up Joseline's skirt just to, you know, get some publicity and an opportunity with your kiss ass. You know, it's ridiculous the stuff that y'all would do just to get some clout. I don't give a fuck if I gotta start from the bottom and work my way up real slow. I'm not kissing nobody's ass to get no fucking opportunity. You know, the people that's gonna fuck with you, they're gonna fuck with you. They're not gonna fuck with you, they're not gonna fuck with you. I'm not kissing no ass for no opportunity. Damn that shit.